Okay, guys. So this is pretty interesting because I've mentioned about the novel Baron Trump. I think I've been mentioning that here and there for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Because what I know is that that book about Baron Trump, y'all can do the not research yourselves. There's a lot of people out there that seems to think that this book has something to do with time travel and the current president's you know term. They think that this book is synonymous with the president. Whether that's the case or not, guys, I don't know. I can only talk about myself. I mean, recently, I was looking at that Jay-Z video. What is the name of that video? Let me see 1 second, y'all. Because when I was doing that narration on myself, that I noticed I was playing that song from Jay-Z. I'm just looking up the name of it. Give me a second, y'all. What is the name of that video? Yeah, who you with? Hi, I'm Stefan. Everybody's out tonight. Name in the same night, pull you and your tight friend, lift your little dress like light wind, then I slide right in. Okay, so that song, y'all remember I was driving in a car playing that song by Jay-Z, Who You With? And, everything just seemed like it's so synonymous with my life. It even seems as though I edited the whole, like, it's like everything that I do, it seems like I know something. As if I have these hidden codes. Like everything that I do is some kind of hidden code. I'm not operating off this linear timeline. I'm operating off another timeline that decodes this linear timeline, if that makes any sense. Now, I'll tell you, I mean, just to be honest with you guys, most of my life, I was totally oblivious to this. I'm thinking I'm out here operating in a linear fashion with my thought processes like everybody else. Turns out I'm not. I'm operating off a nonlinear process, whereas it's like I'm operating outside the dimension, even though I'm in this. I'm putting things together that it would make this 3D linear shit seem like, I know all. Like I got these attributes of a God, because that's what somebody would perceive. Somebody in this linear world would perceive what I'm doing as godlike. Hell, I would too. You come across somebody that seems like they're above time itself. Okay, that's gonna turn some heads, obviously. Yeah. So I looked up this thing about the Baron Trump book. Let me just read to you guys about this book. Say these books are children's novels. That's where all the hidden codes be at. Children's books, cartoons, comics books. Y'all know that. So it says, what is the book Baron Trump about? It says here, the novels recount the adventures of the German boy, Wilhelm Heinrich Sebastian von Trump, who goes by Baron Trump, as he discovers weird underground civilizations, offends the natives, flees from his entanglements with local women, and repeats this pattern until arriving back home at Castle Trump. Oh man. Oh my God. Because I told you guys, well, actually I made a comment that I had a dream that, you know, that I was at the tower, that I had went to the tower. I actually had a dream about this a few weeks ago. But Baron Trump discovered that there was these underground civilizations and he offended the natives. Oh man, it's a trip too because I be telling you, this whole thing about people being in groups. I tell y'all, I say this like that shit is very tribal to me. It's too tribal. I told you guys one of the things that turns me off about being with certain types of people is that they too damn tribal. It's a group thing. They don't think for themselves. I never been a part of that. Even among my so-called own family, I was never a part of a group thing. I have my own mind, and that offends people. Go figure. That offends people. Even if your own mind is proven to these natives that you know more than they do, you would think that these people, these groupthink people, would sit their ass down and listen to what this person who has their own brain has to say. But no, their ego blinds them. Or maybe they're just really that stupid. I don't know. You have to ask them. But it says here under my name, this came up under my name in Gematria, under my government name, says here that I'm Barron Trump. Well, when I read what the book was about, I haven't read the book myself, but when I read what it was about, I said, yeah, that pretty much describes my life. I told y'all women dangerous too, man. Shit, women are dangerous. I'll read it once again what the book is about before I get out of here. It says here, the novel recounts the adventures of the German boy Wilhelm Heinrich Sebastian von Trump, who goes by Baron Trump. So he has different identities. Then it goes on to say, as he discovers weird underground civilizations, offends the natives, flees from his entanglements with local women, and repeats this pattern until arriving back home at Castle Trump. I think I might have to read that book, y'all. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I just wanted to tell y'all that. That's what the book Baron Trump is about. And as y'all see here in the thumbnail, I must have some kind of relevance. But that Jay-Z song, just to end it, guys, that Jay-Z song, Who You With, at the beginning of the song, it's this bald black dude, right? And I can't remember right now, was his name Chicago? But it has something to do with Chicago. Blew my mind away. I knew this for years. It was just that I brought the video up last night just to listen to the song, and I said, "Oh yeah, that's right. This whole thing it takes place either in Chicago but the dude I think who's competing with Jay-Z or something. He's like this bald dude, another person with the likeness of me. So this whole fact that this Baron Trump book, this novel that has something to do, people, you talk about these time travelers, man." And I will have to honestly tell you guys, based on what I've seen about myself, that yeah, it's definitely some time traveling going on. It seems like I am not operating in linear fashion.